Hey, hi guys. Thanks for joining into the She Oils YouTube channel. I'm so glad you decided to take a few moments to come chat with me today. So if you can do me a favor before we get started, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also give me some thumbs up. You can feel free to leave comments as well, and click the bell if you want to be notified of future videos that I will produce here on this channel. So just starting off with a disclaimer, none of the information that I share is intended to treat, diagnose, or cure. But what I am able to share is information that will help you on your path for a holistic journey, a wellness journey, and to find alternative treatments to those common ailments that we have. So if you're looking for information about the pregnancy, oil safety, using them with babies and toddlers and school-age children, while you're pregnant, nursing mamas, you have come to the right place. So once again, thank you guys for joining us. So I wanted to get started. I apologize for the shadow, working out some of my equipment needs here. It was just really, really sunny outside. So now it's really dark and dim. So I had to bring in some extra lighting. But anyway, so welcome to the class. One of the resources that I think is really good for moms in general to make sure that you have is a book by, I forget the name of the author, and forgive me, I had it here, but now it's gone. The Gentle Babies book. And if you have checked out my YouTube channel, I did a preview video yesterday where I was holding up the book and just kind of going over some basic information. But that's a really great book for those who are currently expecting, or you have new infants and toddlers at home, you're not quite sure what to do. So I just briefly wanted to talk about some of the typical ways that we can use essential oils. So before I do that, I wanted to just make sure that you guys all know on this channel that the oils that I'm going to be mentioning are going to be specifically and solely for Young Living therapeutic grade essential oils. I know there are many other oil companies out here, but this is the one that I chose to use mainly because of their seed to seal promise. The seed to seal promise is definitely a guarantee that Young Living provides as far as making sure they own and cultivate their farms. They use pesticides, they are GMO, completely organic from seed to seal packaging. They don't outsource their bottling processes, and they have partners with farms all over because some of our oils, plant material only grows in certain regions. So the seed to seal safety, that is definitely something you want to check out if you are unsure of what company and what brands of oils. And people tell me all the time, well, I can get oils from Five Below, or I can get oils from Walmart. And so the example I like to use to people is you can go to McDonald's and get a 99-cent burger, or you can go to a fine dining restaurant and get a Kobe beef, Black Angus, grass-fed organic burger. Which one would you rather have? Right. So one of the things that we're going to mention here is about oil usage. And the three main ways to use oils is that you can use them aromatically, and that is what most people are familiar with. So you can see my diffuser here. And I have right now blending thieves because it's that time of year when we're going back to school and children are starting to catch the sniffles and little bugs. And so thieves is a great immune system boosting oil. The second way that people use oils is by applying them topically. Now, when we apply oils topically, we have to make sure that we're using a carrier oil. And the reason being is that we want to slow down the absorption because the plants are very potent. The oils in the bottle are very potent, and we don't want to cause any skin sensitivities. And there are several types of carrier oils, from coconut oil to grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, almond oil, sunflower oil, just depending on what it is you want to use. Olive oil is not really a preferred carrier oil because it does have kind of an aroma with it. And also with oil safety, just note to say that when you have citrus oils, which would be your lemons, limes, tangerine, we have a blend called Citrus Fresh, grapefruit. those oils possibly can cause photosensitivity. So you don't want to use those oils when you are going directly in the sun. So if you're using them a part of your beauty regimen, or you're adding it to cold cream or moisturizers, it's best to use those at night. Okay, so now we got all the administrative things out of the way. And thank you for those who are joining us live. And thank you so much, Tiffany, for helping out in the comment section. She has posted the author's name of the book. So let's just jump right in. So with a lot of pregnant moms, and just moms in general, I mean, women in general typically, but this class is geared more towards pregnancy and oils. I have several friends that are expecting this season, and I've gotten a lot of private texts about, hey, what can I use? What's safe? What's not safe? So I figured why not just do a video for them and then invite you all. So one of the biggest things that we've noticed with pregnancy, and I've had 3 kids of my own, is that the emotions get really out of balance. And so we're going to talk a little bit about how to use some of these essential oils and where to place them to keep our hormones in check. Energy. I think a lot of moms can relate to just not having enough energy. One of the products that we have here, and actually just got a shipment yesterday, is called Ninja Red. And these come as a sample in your premium starter kit. They don't come this big, and all you need is a shot glass of that a day. It's a wonderful, powerful antioxidant made with wolfberries, or you may better know them as goji berries. And the reason that Young Living decided to cultivate and produce this product is because they had done a study about the longest living people in different regions. And I think the research had disclosed that this particular region, the Ningxia region in China, had the longest living people. And so when they dug further research, it was found that they had cultivated and they ate a lot of wolfberries. And so they kind of made a partnership, and that's how we got the Ninja Red drink. Also for energy, there are vitamins and supplements that you can take. Again, people say, well, you can get those from the dollar store, the grocery store, vitamin shop store. There are several places that you can get your products from. But if you want to make sure that they're not full of pesticides and full of harmful chemicals, and you want to make sure that you go to a trusted source. The next thing I hear a lot of pregnant moms talk about is just not getting enough sleep, the lack of sleep. You're uncomfortable, that belly's getting big, there's aches and pains and cramps. And even after you deliver the baby, there's still not enough sleep. I think I remember reading an article one time that says you don't get sleep back until maybe year 6 after they're born. So Lord, if we have multiple children, we'll never catch up. But sleep is something that is very important in this house. And so what I really love to use for that is lavender essential oil, and that comes in this purple bottle. I'm not going to take them all out because it will take me too long, but this lavender oil, it's really good for relaxation, calming, nervous tension. Also, there is a blend in the premium starter kit, and that's what this looks like, guys. This would be a sample premium starter kit with the diffuser. But you also get peace and calming. Peace and calming is really good for nervous tension, anxieties, just kind of settling down from the day. So one of the ways you can apply it is by rubbing it on the feet. And the safest place for babies for essential oils is always starting on the bottoms of their feet, because their skin is very delicate. Even the purest, bestest essential oil could cause some irritation. So you always want to make sure that you're starting with them on their feet. And Valor. Now, I don't have a sample of Valor here with me. It is all gone, and I actually got rid of the bottle and used it for another blend. But Valor is another one that is very relaxing and kind of just helps to settle. Like if you have trouble sleeping, just overly being a night owl, then that's a good blend that you want to use as well. All right, so another topic that I hear a lot from pregnant moms is digestion and just having indigestion. And you know, the wise tale that if you have severe heartburn, you have either a girl with a lot of hair or a boy with a lot of hair. And so the blend that they have for digestion in the premium starter kit would be Digest. And so you think Digest kind of sounds like digestion. There's also Copaiba that you can use. Copaiba is good. It's an anti-inflammatory oil. So if you're having digestion issues, you know, some things may be a little inflamed. So a combination of those two might be really helpful. And you may have noticed the bottom row of oils, and even this one at the top, has a different label. It has a white label. And that means it's called a vitality oil. Which reminds me that I didn't get to the third way to use oils is by ingesting. Now, you may not ingest all oils. So again, this video is only pertaining to Young Living's therapeutic grade dietary oils. We do have the FDA clearance for them, and they have all been FDA GMO certified. So you don't have to worry that they have pesticides or anything in the plants that we cultivate for those. Lemon is also another good one for digestion, a good way to use this. And this has nothing to do with pregnancy, but if you just struggle with reflux or, those things where you just constantly having that feeling of food coming up, is having a mixture of Digest and lemon in a veggie capsule that you can put in and take as a supplement as well. But lemon in the water, just every day, you go to the restaurant, people always ask you if you want lemons. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I personally don't want the fingered over lemon peels that the waiter or waitresses bring. I usually will just pop out my lemon oil and put a couple drops in there. That also helps just aid with digestion as well. Peppermint that's in here is good. Now here's a small bottle of peppermint. I'm going to hold up another size bottle. So if you can see the difference, one is a 5 ml and this bigger one is a 15 ml. And as you become an avid oiler, you realize the 5 ml bottles you go through very fast. So you always want to end up jumping on to getting the 15 bottles. And so there's Raven, which is really good for sinus struggles, the sniffles, coming into this seasonal change. Trying to remain compliant because FDA has, restrictions on what claims that we can make. But I can just tell you personally, for me, that Raven has been one of the ones that I constantly use during the allergen season, particularly right now. And so I put that in the diffuser. I also rub some on my chest, rub it on the back of my neck, the bottoms of your feet. And you may say, well, why are we putting oils on the bottom of my feet if I'm congested? That's too far away. Well, you have lots of pores and you have vita reflexes on the bottoms of your feet that correlate to organs in your body. So that's why massaging them on the bottoms of the feet are very effective and good as well. So if you're like me, I used to struggle breathing 4 to 5 months out of the year because of the sinus struggles and the sniffles around those seasonal changes. And a good blend for that would be your peppermint, lavender, and lemon. All of that comes in that premium starter kit. And we call that the trio. And so you can make a veggie capsule of those 3. You can diffuse those 3. You can mix those 3 into a glass empty roller bottle, fill it with coconut oil or whatever carrier oil of your choice. Kind of just keep it with you. These stay in my pocket. And let's see, what oil have I not gone through? I think that's probably all of them. The last one here is Citrus Fresh. So this is a good one for masking odors. So typically when I have people come over to visit, I'm telling all my secrets. When people come over to visit, I'll use Citrus Fresh, or in the old premium starter kit was Purification. And I will just put a couple of drops in the toilet or put a couple of drops in like the bathroom sinks, turn on the hot water and just kind of allow that steam to rise. I'll give you another trick for that nasal congestion. And this is also good for babies as well. When you have a baby and you're not quite sure how much oil you can put on them or what oils you can use, putting a drop of Raven or RC. RC came in the old premium starter kit. Raven comes in the new. You can put a couple of drops in the back of the shower away from the water stream and have the water on. You don't have to put them in the shower, but just turn the water on as hot as your faucet will handle and just kind of sit in there with them and just let them breathe that in. You can do this for yourself as an adult as well, but just kind of creating that, spa-like experience, but it's more therapeutic and has medicinal purposes. So Raven is an anti-inflammatory and it's an anti-spasmodic. And so it really just kind of helps calm that, that area down a little bit. But also just putting a couple of drops in your hand mixed with your carrier oil of your choice will also just kind of help as well. So this is kind of the premium starter kit. So you see a lot of those common things that I've mentioned for pregnancy and not for pregnancy: digestion, sleep, emotions. All of these are so universal in the premium starter kit. Now, there's tons of oils that Young Living offers. There's probably over 300 essential oil products, but in your kit, you get 12. So I know this is not quite the 12 here. So when you get your kit, you have to lift the bottom of the kit open, and then you'll see Valor and Peace and Calming as well. You also, in the premium starter kit, will get a sample bottle of the Thieves hand sanitizer, which is really good. So if you ever had a problem with using some of the mainstream brands drying out your hands, this is a great alternative because there is no alcohol in it. And it comes on very creamy, but then it just dries up. And so this is kind of the premium starter kit in a nutshell. I wanted to just give you a better look at the diffuser that it comes with. Now, some people are very familiar with diffusers because you use them aromatically, but it has two buttons here. One is an off button, and there's one where you can change the lighting color. So depending on what mood you're in, right? Or you can have no light. What I like about this diffuser, which is called the Desert Mist, this comes standard in your premium starter kit, is that it lasts for 10 hours. So there are 3 functions. So let me turn this off. So it's completely off now. When I turn it on again, this will run for about 6 hours because it's on high. I hit the button again, it'll run about 10 hours because it's not as high. And if I hit it a third time, it's on that kind of an intermittent status. So just to kind of give you a little brief tutorial on how the diffuser works. And all you do is just pop off the top, right? And then this little piece here comes off. You fill this bottom part with water, replace the top, add a couple of your drops in there before you place the top. And Pinterest is a really good place to kind of play around with some diffuser blends. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about is when we're having these issues and we're having the sinus congestion. I remember my gateway product into Young Living was the Thieves line of cleaner. So Thieves is a line of cleaner that is just really great because you don't have to worry about it being safe around your pets, being safe around your children. And so what I ended up doing was kind of phasing out all of those toxic, harsh, and harmful chemicals and all of those household names. I won't name any of them here, but you guys know the ones, and begin to slowly incorporate this. Now, what I love about the Thieves Cleaner is that you don't have to worry about asthma, eczema, allergies. You don't have to worry about any of those respiratory issues when you're using this cleaner. You don't have to shoo your pets away. If you're cleaning your counters and your fruit is near your counter, you don't have to worry about moving the fruit because this is completely safe to use. This is a really ultra concentrated bottle. It'll last you for over a year if you're using it according to the directions. You only really need a cap full. I'll show you the cap. It's not that big. But what you do is you pour the contents of the bottle into the cap. You then pour this into a spray bottle and add 1 to 2 cups of water, depending on how strong you need the solution. I was able to replace my Swiffer mop and buy the mop that's like a Swiffer, but you can put your own solution in, not the pre-filled ones. So now we clean with this. There's also in the Thieves line, there's toothpaste, there's mouthwash, there's all kind of stuff. So another good thing that I like to show people around this particular time of year are the Thieves cough drops. And these are really good because, again, everything with the Thieves logo name in it is going to have the blend of clove, rosemary, obviously the good properties that kind of just help with that immune system. Lemon is one of them as well. These tend to sell out around this time of year because a lot of moms know back to school means a lot of germs. So when most people who I've partnered with Young Living tell me about their stories of back to school. You guys know we're homeschoolers, so we don't quite get exposed to so many germs, but they say they send their child to school with Thieves, cough drops, and they give one of these to the teachers, and the kids have one in their backpack. They're rolling them up and down their spines and on their feet when they leave the house with Thieves, and when they come back home from school, they're doing the same thing, just trying to combat anything before it comes in the house. But these, they're not as flavorful as maybe the mainstream brands, but you know that you're getting medicinal benefits in them. And to support our little babies, the ones that are maybe still in mommy's tummy or on their way out, there is a Seedlings line. And the Seedlings line has everything that is pure and delicate just for those precious little newborn babies who are coming out. And one of the things that I like to tell newborn parents, what's really helpful is having some wipes and having the gentle baby oil. This is also a really good scent. It's that powdery, light and just airy scent, just smells like newborns, right? I remember when my kids were born, my husband used to say they just smell like they fell from heaven because it's just such a pure smell. This is the best thing that I've smelled that's like it. But they're very delicate. It's great for, doing diaper changes. A lot of the commercial brands, they're very drying. Even some of the ones they say sensitive still have other fragrance and just other harsh chemicals. So you want to make sure that we're protecting those little tissues as well. Okay, so for babies, when we talk about oils and using them on babies, what we're talking about is babies from 1 day old to about 2 years old. And so here are the stay away oils that you do not, I repeat, do not want to use with the little babies, which are peppermint and wintergreen. Those blends are just too strong for their delicate skin. And so out of the premium starter kit that I mentioned, out of the 12 oils, there's only 2, that you need to stay away from. But when you're wanting to treat, not use the word treat, when you want to address those issues of baby acne and cradle cap and colic and little baby congestion, even just them crying. We had an experience, we saw a video of another team member, baby was just crying, would not stop. They couldn't get the baby to stop. They opened up a bottle of lavender. And all they did, they didn't even put it on the baby, just rolled the oil underneath the baby's nose. And within about 15 seconds, the crying stopped. The baby just calmed completely down. I remember going to another Young Living member's house, and the dog had just like severe separation anxiety because another family member was leaving for the day. And I said, let me give this peace and calming a try. I put a drop in my hand, just rubbed it together and just held my hands out like this for the dog to smell. And I kid you not, the dog stopped the barking, it stopped the shaking, and it just like laid out on the floor. And I do have a picture for those that follow me on Instagram or Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram with sheep oils as well. But I have a picture there where the dog just laid out on the floor. So those are really good to use as well. But for the crying, peace and calming would be great. Lavender, and all of that is in the premium starter kit. For the baby acne and those kind of things, lavender and the copaiba, which is in the starter kit, would be excellent. So going into toddlers, and when we say toddlers, just for clarity purposes, we mean ages 2 to about 5 years old. So when we're giving toddlers oils, we want to make sure that those are diluted as well. You're diluting them for babies, but you're not putting as much oil on babies who are 1 day old to 2 years old, especially when you're first starting out. If you just want to try something on the bottoms of their feet. But even as a mom or dad, you can put oils just lightly around your neck. And as you're holding the baby, they're getting that aroma. They're smelling it. And putting a diffuser 15, 20 minutes, to help them settle down. Really at that age, that's all they need. But for toddlers, you definitely want to make sure you have about a 1 to 30 dilution ratio. And I read that in a lot of books, and it wasn't until my sister, who has 2 kids, that really delve into it to help me understand, well, what does it mean? Well, it's 1 drop of oil to about 30 drops of a carrier oil. So does that mean you need to get one of those little droppers and kind of help yourself keep track? That's absolutely what that means. And so you can buy little glass bottles like these on Amazon. I even have seen some at Mom's as well. You don't have to get them this big, but they also come with the little rollers as well. So you make sure you don't waste any. You can just kind of roll them on and rub them. Also, there's diffuser jewelry that you can also wear. And it's diffuser jewelry when you see the black lava beads. And so you can also just kind of drip oils onto those beads and just kind of rub that in and just smell them throughout the day. Just more ways to get your oils into your body. So when you're dealing with those little tushies and rashes, when we're doing potty training and those kind of things, the Thieves wipes or the Thieves spray, making sure it's diluted, would definitely kind of help with any fungal. Thieves is a great antifungal antiseptic, has great properties for those things as well. For nutrition for little toddlers, there is a whole supplement set with Young Living outside of the oils. So there's an oil side, there is the cleaning side, there's a supplement side, there's a skincare side, there's a makeup side, and then there's this Ninja Red side, right? All these Ninja products. So there's tons and tons of products that you can choose from. But what Young Living has done is kind of packaged the most commonly used oils. And it's great because I actually went to another oil training online just to kind of get some different information. And what I saw is that they listed about the same 10 or 11 oils that was in this premium starter kit as the most commonly used ones. So it just kind of made me feel good. So when we talk about school age children, we're talking about ages about 6 to 12. Anybody over 12, you can kind of just give them the adult versions of the oils. Each oil does come with instructions on the label. Please make sure you read the labels. Even if you have 4 other oils that said the exact same direction, on that 5th oil, you still want to make sure that you're reading exactly what it says. Some of them will say 2 drops. Some of them will tell you specifically where to place it on your body, behind your ears, on the back of your neck, where your brain stem is. So that's very effective for me when I have like head tension and some kind of head pain. I usually will rub peppermint on the back of my neck up to the brain stem and just kind of massaging it in, also on the temples, and then sometimes right across the forehead. And I'm telling you, just make sure you read your directions. So I think I have probably given all of the baby stuff. So in particularly for mom, I did talk about the allergens with that trio. They were lemon, peppermint, and lavender. Those are really good to diffuse. So there are certain oils that I will mention now that are not a part of the premium starter kit, but it's okay, because if you order the premium starter kit, you can always add on any additional oils. And one of the things that I recommend people add on after they get a starter kit is a bottle of this Thieves cleaner, and it'll last for a very long time. But moms who are just giving birth, maybe they're struggling with lactation, fennel oil has been shown to be a great support to improve lactation in those glands. So of course you would want to probably massage, the breast area to kind of help with the production and the flow. If you've had an episiotomy, and so for those who don't know what that is, it's a pretty bad tear between parts of your system where that baby comes out. And so there are different things that you can use with the lavender and pizza calming that I mentioned in that starter kit, as far as massaging that area to promote healing. Lavender is really great to use. I've seen stories and reports that I have not experienced it personally, but people who've had really bad burns, they've put lavender, just constantly putting lavender on it throughout the day or two. And then by day 3, it has greatly, improved the look of that. So I'm hoping this information, guys, is helpful. I'm just about wrapping up here. I wanted to keep it at about 30 minutes for those of you that may be watching on your break or at work. Didn't want to keep you too long. So I've mentioned a lot about this premium starter kit. And so you say, okay, Washnita, you sold me. What is it? How much is it? The premium starter kit is $165 plus tax and shipping. And again, it comes with your 12 starter oils. It comes with a sample bottle of Ninja Red. It also comes with a sample spray bottle of the Thieves spray. And you get a bunch of little small not rollers, but you get a bunch of small little boxes. They're called Share It bottles. And these are 1 milliliter drams. And so you can kind of just put oils if you want to share them with friends and family, or just kind of sampling out, or if you want to put samples and keep them with you. So it comes with that. And so it's a really good buy. It is definitely an investment in your health. And so, it's only going to appeal to people who really want to make sure they're alleviating some toxins. There's a video that I also have, you can check it out on the channel, that talks about toxin-free living and not understanding how we have a lot of these harmful products lurking in our home. So it's definitely a lifestyle choice. In addition to the premium starter kit, another program Young Living offers is called Essential Rewards. And with Essential Rewards, it's pretty much your monthly wellness subscription box. Everybody has a subscription box these days. And so the minimum entry is $50 per month. And when you're doing what we consider transfer buying, like we're no longer buying all of the other chemicals to clean our bathroom, we're just buying this one, you don't really see that much of a budget change. And so the good thing about Essential Rewards is that when you spend money, you get a percentage back, similar to like how credit cards will use credit card points. And as a thank you, Young Living will give you loyalty gifts at 3, 6, 9, and 12 months of you being on it your first year. And then you get a loyalty gift every 12 months after that. So I hope this has given you some great information, some great things to consider. If you have any further questions about pregnancy and oil usage, if you have any specific things that you want to just chat about, you can definitely get in contact with me offline. For those who are looking for a more personalized approach, you can definitely check me out on She Oils on Instagram as well. But please, guys, if you can do me a favor, just give me some likes and thumbs up. I'm really trying to promote this page and really trying to spread information about health and wellness. And go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell, leave comments, all of those good things. So I just wanted to thank you guys for just jumping in today. I really appreciate you taking the time to just have me share about oils that I've loved so much. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Thanks.